Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
An Aberdeen suspect was safely arrested after a standoff Wednesday morning. The Aberdeen Police Department says the incident started as they were investigating a stolen vehicle. Officers found the vehicle driving around town and it fled.
The vehicle was found a short time later and authorities learned that the suspect had entered a nearby home. The homeowner was able to get outside safely. C.C. Lee Elementary was put on lockdown due to how close the situation was to the school. One man was arrested after a dog bit a Turner County deputy in Marion Wednesday. The sheriff's office says deputies were responding to a domestic incident. Both people were separated when they arrived on scene.
As officials tried to talk to the man inside the home, a dog bit a deputy as he opened the door. The man then went into a fighting stance and was tased before being taken into custody. He's charged with assault and assault on law enforcement, among other charges. Residents in Madison are dealing with a water main break.
The city's Public Works Department sent out a tweet saying the break happened on Northeast 9th Street between Lincoln and Summit Avenue. Residents in the area had low water pressure overnight. Repairs will start this morning.
Turning to weather now with meteorologist Scott Bunt. Another cold day on tap, Scott.
Oh, cold indeed. Temperatures this morning in the single digits and teens below zero. That covers much of central and eastern KELOLAND. You throw in any amount of wind, and we're talking wind chills in the minus teens, minus 20s to near minus 30 on occasion. Current readings are showing that we have 10 below in Pierre, 12 below in Aberdeen, 16 below in Sisseton, 5 below Sioux Falls. Any amount of wind, you can expect wind chills, as I mentioned, minus teens, minus 20s, and minus 30. So we will continue with these wind chill advisories and wind chill warnings through the morning hours. Brian will have more details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast coming up.
Thanks, Scott. The latest surge of COVID-19 has Sanford Health updating its visitor policy.
The changes are now in effect in the Sioux Falls region. Adult patients will be allowed up to 2 visitors per day, and they cannot rotate throughout the day. This change now aligns with the visitor policy for COVID-19 patients who are in isolation.
Non-COVID-19 patients being treated at Sanford Children's Hospital are permitted 2 visitors at a time and may rotate up to 6 visitors. Parents and guardians are the only visitors permitted for pediatric patients with COVID-19.
Sioux Falls Mayor Paul Tenhaken says he's recovered from a bout with COVID-19.
Tenhaken says he woke up one morning about 2 weeks ago feeling a little off. He says 2 other people in his family also caught the virus, even though everyone was vaccinated.
And it was mild. And so my takeaway from that is vaccinations, while they don't prevent you from getting COVID, they will prevent you from having severe symptoms and probably keeping you out of the hospital. And so
Tenhaken says not only was he tired and achy, he lost his sense of taste and smell.
This afternoon, Sanford and Avera will update the public on the pandemic, including the stress on healthcare systems, testing, and the Omicron variant.
You can watch the news conference live right here on KELOLAND.com beginning at 2 p.m. We'll also bring you updates on air and online.
On Wednesday, the House Select Committee on Investigation heard from 2 special agents with the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigation who interviewed South Dakota Attorney General Jason Rounsberg.
Representative Jamie Smith, a Democrat from Sioux Falls, asked them if they believe that Rounsberg knew that he didn't hit a deer and hit a person.
His statements that he made me believe that in those 2 statements that he made, one in the first interview and one in the second interview, would have indicated that, and it did make me believe that that was a very realistic possibility.
The other agent, Arnie Rummels, said he agreed. Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather it is, looking at high pressure, cold high pressure. Some of these numbers, coldest we've seen so far this winter in Pierre, for example. And this area of high pressure moving east, so as that happens, we allow a return flow to occur. Southerly winds will take place. This will eventually thicken clouds. Another quick moving trough is on the maps here tomorrow. Light snow, perhaps even a little mixed precipitation for the west and central tomorrow morning. We're going to see temperatures, though, climbing. Sioux Falls could even get close to that 30-degree mark by the end of the afternoon. Then on Saturday, we'll kind of recycle some colder air to at least start the morning. But then on its heels, here comes another warm front, another clipper. That could bring us some pleasant weather, at least a moderation by Saturday night. Most of the snow with that is projected into central Minnesota. Then we see another one. They just keep coming right at us, a parade, if you will. And so with each passing clipper, it will have an effect on our temperatures. And don't forget, when you look at the 7-day forecast, some of these temperatures for highs, you might even see some of these occurring in reverse, where it's an overnight high and a daytime low. So those timing issues we'll have to kind of focus in on in this weekend forecast. Throughout the 10-day period, most of the snow that occurs will be light. This is a total map through day 10. So yeah, there is some snow chances to acknowledge, but not necessarily any one particular big storm here. 14 today, Sioux Falls, bright sunshine. We're going to thicken clouds late in Rapid City, high near 30. Note our wind tonight, it starts to pick up out of the south, so it will feel cold with the wind if you're out in exposed areas. 3 in Sioux Falls, 8 below 0 in Worthington, 3 below in Brookings. Tomorrow, though, the numbers are back to the 40s from Pierre to Rapid, but the wind is out of the west-northwest and quite strong. And, of course, don't forget about the snow chance there. Sioux Falls at 30%. We'll dry things out Saturday, bring back another round of light snow east of Sioux Falls Sunday, but into Monday, too, there's that third clipper. We'll keep that going and then probably see a bigger temperature drop into Tuesday. That looks like the best chance of another Arctic front by day 6. And we have Aberdeen falling accordingly at 5 for a high there. Sub-zero lows look to be pretty likely, but don't get too fixated on that, because even as we showed on KELOLAND this morning, there's warmer weather lurking at the end of the 7-day and beyond. So we're going to keep these ups and downs going. Pierre at 40 tomorrow, a little cooler Saturday, but don't forget about Rapid City with those highs well into the 40s. I would not be surprised if we hit some 50s on Sunday, but also some quick hits of snow early next week. Check out the latest coverage with our Storm Center update at KELOLAND.com. And have a great day.